What if the person you've been quietly envying is actually more broke than you? Not broke like they can't eat, broke like they're one bad month away from losing everything. And the terrifying part, they don't even know it, and neither do the people watching them. Here's what nobody tells you. Looking rich and being rich are two completely different games. And most of America is playing the wrong one. You've seen it. The friend with the new BMW posts every vacation, always at the nicest spots, always dressed right. And meanwhile, you're sitting there wondering why you feel so behind, why you're working this hard and still stressing about next month's bills. But what if that friend you've been quietly envying is drowning in silence? Today, we're breaking down the 5 signs someone is secretly broke, even when everything looks perfect. And by the end, you might realize you've been playing defense with money your whole life. It's time to switch sides. Sign number 1. They always have the newest everything. New phone every year, new car every 3, new sneakers before the old ones have a scratch. And look, there's nothing wrong with wanting nice things. But here's the pattern. Truly wealthy people are almost boring with their spending. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958, not because he's cheap, because he stopped using money to prove something. When someone constantly upgrades, that's not wealth. That's a hunger money can never fill. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation. The high from something new fades within weeks, so you buy again and again, and the cycle quietly eats your future, installment by installment. The person who needs to look rich usually isn't. The person who is rich usually doesn't need you to notice. Sign number 2. They never talk about investing, ever. When you're around people genuinely building wealth, money comes up differently. Not bragging, but there's a quiet confidence. They mention their index funds, their savings, something they own that's growing. They think in ownership. But when someone is secretly broke, their whole money conversation lives in spending. The trip they're planning, the thing they just bought. Nothing they own is actually working for them. Because here's the truth most people learn too late. Income is not wealth. Income is just water flowing through your hands. Wealth is what you build when you stop letting it all pour out. The average American spends 97 cents of every dollar they earn. That means they're one layoff, one medical bill, one bad month away from a crisis, and they're posting vacation photos every other week. Sign number 4. They're always stressed right before payday. You know the vibe. It's the 27th of the month, and suddenly everyone's suggesting the cheaper restaurant. Someone goes quiet. Someone cancels last minute. And that something is always money, even when they say it isn't. This is the paycheck to paycheck prison, and it's more crowded than you think. Over 60% of Americans live this way. People making $80,000, people making $120,000, still counting days until direct deposit, still one unexpected expense away from spiraling. Because they made more, but they spent more. Every raise became a bigger apartment, a newer car. Their income grew, but their freedom never did. That low hum of financial anxiety that never fully goes away, that is the invisible cost of looking rich. Sign number 4. They finance everything. The car, the couch, the vacation, the TV, on credit, on installments, on buy now, pay later. Financing isn't always wrong. A mortgage on a home that builds equity, that's a tool. But financing a lifestyle, that's a slow leak in your financial boat. Every payment you're making on something you already stopped caring about, that's future you being robbed by past you's impulse. Here's the math nobody shows you. Put a $5,000 vacation on a credit card at 22% interest, make minimum payments, and that trip ends up costing you nearly $10,000. The tan faded, the memories blurred, but the debt stayed. Wealthy people live by one simple rule. You don't borrow money for things that lose value. Breaking that rule is exactly how people stay trapped, making decent money, looking fine, and quietly drowning. Sign number 5. They have zero financial cushion. If you lost your job tomorrow, how long could you survive? 1 month? 2 weeks? Experts recommend 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in cash, not in stocks, not in a retirement account. Liquid cash, ready for anything. Most people don't have it. A huge portion of Americans can't cover a single $1,000 emergency without borrowing. One car repair, One medical bill, one bad month, away from everything unraveling. That low-grade financial anxiety living in the background of every decision, that's not paranoia. That's reality whispering the truth their lifestyle refuses to admit. Now, here's where this gets personal. Maybe you recognized someone in those 5 signs. Maybe you thought of a friend. Or maybe, just maybe, you saw a little bit of yourself. And that's okay, because awareness is the first step. We were never taught about money, not in school, not at home. We learned by watching people spend. We learned that looking successful meant being successful, and so we chased the image, and the image is expensive. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Wealth isn't about how much you spend, it's about how much you keep, and what you make your money do while you sleep. Every dollar you invest is a tiny employee working for you around the clock. No sick days, no breaks, just compounding, quietly, patiently, relentlessly. $500 a month invested consistently becomes over $600,000 in 30 years. Not magic, just time, just starting. But imagine the other side. You're 65, still working, not because you love it, because you have to, because the lifestyle never scaled down, because the savings account stayed empty and the years just passed. That's not hypothetical. That's millions of people's reality every single week. You don't have to end up there. But the decision gets made now, not later, not when you make more, because life doesn't give you a pause button. Money is either working for you or working against you. There is no standing still. Financial independence isn't a number, it's a feeling. Waking up on a Tuesday without dread, checking your account and feeling calm, saying no to a job that disrespects you because you have options. That feeling is available to you, but only if you stop performing wealth and start building it. Stop spending to impress people who aren't thinking about you anyway. Start building something real, even slowly, even imperfectly, because slow and real always beats fast and fake. The most financially secure people you'll ever meet don't look rich. They look free, and free doesn't need an audience.